French President Emmanuel Macron and First Lady Brigitte Macron have launched a high-profile defamation lawsuit against American commentator Candace Owens, thrusting their private lives into the international spotlight and drawing attention from both sides of the Atlantic. This bold move has ignited a transatlantic legal battle, with the world's media closely following every development and legal experts weighing in on the unprecedented nature of the case. The case, filed in Delaware, centers on Owens' viral baseless claims about Brigitte Macron's identity, allegations the Macrons say are calculated falsehoods meant to inflict personal and political harm. The lawsuit argues that these statements were not only untrue, but deliberately spread to damage the Macrons' reputation on a global scale. By taking legal action in the US, the Macrons are making a bold stand against disinformation, determined to protect their family's honor and challenge the viral spread of damaging rumors. Their decision sends a message that even the most powerful are not immune to the dangers of online misinformation. President Macron has publicly framed the lawsuit as a defense of his family's integrity, emphasizing that Owens acted with actual malice, a crucial standard in US defamation law. He insists that standing up to such attacks is essential, not just for his family but for public figures everywhere. The decision to sue in America, where free speech protections are strong, signals the Macrons' confidence and willingness to confront these accusations head-on. It also highlights the growing challenge of balancing free expression with the need to protect individuals from targeted online abuse. As the world watches, the case promises to test the boundaries between free speech, reputation, and the unchecked power of online misinformation, raising questions about accountability in the digital age and the responsibilities of those with influential platforms. The conspiracy theory at the heart of this lawsuit began in 2021 on the fringes of French YouTube, where bloggers Amandine Roy and Natasha Ray claimed, without evidence, that Brigitte Macron was born male. Initially a fringe rumor, it spread through online forums and far-right circles before being amplified by Candace Owens in 2024 to her millions of followers. Owens escalated the story, adding wild accusations of incest and CIA mind control, transforming a niche conspiracy into an international scandal. The Macrons' lawsuit cites these expanded claims, which allege fraud and a vast cover-up. Owens' amplification gave the theory a veneer of legitimacy, forcing the Macrons to confront a global wave of disinformation. This case illustrates how fringe internet rumors can be laundered into mainstream controversy by influential figures. The journey from obscure YouTube video to US courtroom highlights the dangerous speed and reach of digital falsehoods. The Macrons' legal team is preparing a robust, evidence-based defense, meticulously gathering every piece of documentation and testimony that could be relevant to the case. Their goal is to dismantle the conspiracy theory at its core, leaving no room for ambiguity or doubt in the courtroom. The US lawyer, Tom Clare, has announced plans to present scientific evidence, potentially including expert testimony and medical documentation, to refute claims about Brigitte Macron's gender. This approach is designed to address not just the legal aspects, but also the misinformation that has spread widely online. They will also introduce personal evidence, such as photographs from her pregnancies, family records, and other intimate details that paint a clear picture of her life. Documentation of her life as a mother, including candid moments with her children and official records, will be presented to further reinforce the truth. All of this is intended to directly contradict the fabricated narrative, providing a comprehensive and humanizing counterpoint to the rumors. This strategy moves the case from speculation to verifiable fact, aiming to leave no doubt about the truth and to set a precedent for how such cases are handled in the future. The necessity of presenting such intimate evidence underscores the invasive nature of the allegations, highlighting the personal toll that public scrutiny can take on individuals and families. Yet, the Macrons' determination to reclaim their narrative is unwavering, as they stand together in the face of adversity and misinformation. By previewing their evidentiary approach, the Macrons are also waging a battle for public opinion, framing the trial as a clear contest between fact and fiction, and inviting the public to see the truth for themselves. Their willingness to expose personal details signals a commitment to decisively debunk the rumors, restore their reputation, and set the record straight for future generations. For Brigitte Macron, This lawsuit is a deeply personal ordeal, forcing her to confront bizarre, invasive claims that strike at her identity as a woman, wife, and mother. Despite the emotional toll, she has shown remarkable resolve, determined to set the record straight, rather than let silence be mistaken for validation. Brigitte is reportedly prepared to participate fully in the legal process, even if it means presenting private family evidence in court. Her willingness to endure public scrutiny highlights her strength and commitment to defending her family's honor. By stepping into the legal arena, she transforms from a passive victim into an active protagonist, refusing to be defined by lies. Her stance sends a powerful message about confronting online disinformation head-on. Brigitte's journey is personal, but its implications are public, showcasing the resilience required to survive in the digital age. Candace Owens has responded to the lawsuit with defiance, not only standing by her original statements, but also amplifying her message in the media and on social platforms. She has framed the case as a direct attack on free speech, warning that the outcome could have far-reaching consequences for public debate in America. Owens and her supporters argue that the lawsuit is a politically motivated attempt to silence a prominent conservative voice, and that it represents a broader trend of targeting dissenting opinions. By casting herself as a victim of establishment overreach, Owens seeks to rally her base and draw attention to what she calls a dangerous precedent. In response, Owens's legal team has filed a motion to dismiss the case at an early stage, invoking the First Amendment and labeling the suit a slap, an attempt to suppress public participation and intimidate critics through costly litigation. Their defense reframes the issue as one of protected speech versus censorship, arguing that robust debate, even when heated or controversial, is essential in a democracy. They maintain that even sharp or provocative statements about public figures are permissible, as long as they are not made with malicious intent. U.S. defamation law sets a high bar for plaintiffs, especially when public figures are involved. The Macrons must prove Owens acted with actual malice, a legal standard that requires showing she either knew her statements were false or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. This is a difficult threshold to meet, and it often protects speakers from liability in cases involving public debate. Owens's lawyers will likely argue that she genuinely believed the theory she discussed, or that she was simply reporting on a matter of public interest, rather than making a knowingly false accusation. These arguments could complicate the Macrons' path to victory, making the outcome far from certain. Ultimately, the case pits the right to protect one's reputation against the fundamental right to free expression, setting the stage for a potentially landmark legal confrontation that could influence future cases involving speech and defamation. The court's decision on the motion to dismiss will be an early, crucial test of the limits of free speech in the digital era, watched closely by legal experts and the public alike. Brigitte Macron's well-documented life stands in stark contrast to the conspiracy theories. Born in Amiens, France, she comes from the prominent Trogneux family, known for their chocolate business. Before meeting Emmanuel Macron, she was a dedicated teacher, married to banker André-Louis Ozier, and mother to 3 children, facts that are public record. Her children and grandchildren are visible parts of her life, directly contradicting claims about her identity. The supposed original identity, Jean-Michel Trogneux, is her older brother, a real person who still lives in Amiens and manages the family business. The age gap between Brigitte and Emmanuel Macron has long been public, but their relationship and her biography are well established and verifiable. These facts form a cohesive, reality-based rebuttal to the conspiracy, highlighting the absurdity of the claims now being litigated. The Macrons' legal fight began in France, where they sued the original bloggers behind the conspiracy theory. A French court initially ruled in their favor, finding the bloggers guilty of defamation. However, on appeal, the verdict was overturned, not because the claims were true, but on freedom of expression grounds. This reversal allowed the rumors' originators to escape legal consequence, highlighting the challenges of combating disinformation even when the facts are clear. Undeterred, the Macrons are appealing to France's highest court while simultaneously pursuing their U.S. lawsuit. The mixed results in France informed their strategy to seek justice abroad, underscoring the complex legal landscape of modern defamation. The French case reveals how even obvious falsehoods can persist when free speech and privacy rights collide. The Macron's lawsuit is about more than personal vindication. It's a stand against the weaponization of disinformation in public life. By presenting scientific and biographical evidence, they aim to anchor public discourse in verifiable fact, challenging the erosion of truth in the digital age. The case forces a confrontation between the right to free expression and the right to protection from defamatory lies. Its outcome could empower other public figures to fight back, or, conversely, embolden those who spread falsehoods under the banner of free speech. The stakes are high. For the Macrons, it's about restoring honor. For Owens, it's about defending free expression. The verdict will resonate far beyond the courtroom, shaping the future of public discourse. The Macron-Owens lawsuit is a case study in the real-world impact of digital disinformation on public figures. It exposes the emotional and psychological toll of being targeted by viral falsehoods and the challenges of defending one's identity in a borderless media landscape. The case raises urgent questions about the responsibility of influencers and the platforms that amplify their voices. Its outcome will set a precedent. A victory for the Macrons could empower victims of disinformation, while a loss could embolden conspiracy theorists under the shield of free speech. Ultimately, this is more than a celebrity legal dispute. It's a battle over the boundaries of truth, the limits of speech, and the kind of public discourse society is willing to accept. As the digital world continues to blur fact and fiction, the stakes of this case could not be higher.